Hey people, Indrid here, Preview 3, Fend Unlock. Got a chaos problem going on. First though, on the blue team, Link is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support alongside Toruello and a Lord Commissar. Begins with a refractor shield, fighting in melee with strong offense and support, can shoot his own fellows in the head to inspire them. And rounding off the blue team, Blythe and a brother captain, a durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support, fighting in melee. For the red chaos fellas, Fear is a chaos sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. We got some Black Legion alongside. Death's Plague Champion starts off with a damage every time bolt gun can get to melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair the Death Guard elite scheme, taking some heavy cover there. And rounding off the teams, it's MiwaI with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. And this is the Cogs of Vashtor elite scheme, looking pretty badass. Took a bunch of damage capping the power point. This is southeast corner. Contested power is now red. But is he going to have to run here? Brother Captain's on him. Here comes some more heretics. The Strat Squad and the Stormtroopers moving up. Stormtroopers getting a little bit close for my liking. Brother Captain still on the Chaos Lord. Heretics needs, I think they need to mob rush the Strat Squad. There's We Are the Hammer. Oh, he let the Chaos Lord live. Chaos Lord still in play. Strat Squad taking a bunch of damage as they move here. I think MiwaI has turned the fight around, because these guys can't take on the double heretics with the Chaos Lord coming in. Yeah, they all run towards the mid then. Some kind of Doom bolts went off, I guess. Sentinel took a bunch of damage. Howling Banshee's having a look, but they get Doom blasted by the heretics. And now need to back off because they are isolated. Oh, did Link not get more Guardians up? Straight into Shuriken, I imagine. Purgation on the way for Blythe. They can use the Purge Soul to mess with the Chaos Lord, slow him down and deal some damage. And double CSM for death. Fear with double heretics. Grenade launchers up here. I imagine we're going to see a power sword from this fella. And there it is, in fact. I thought perhaps we'll see Catechins first, but nope, straight into that power sword. And the Immolator on the way for the Warlock. Can try and aim at heretics, especially against the grenade launcher fellas. There's going to be double grenade launcher heretics here. That was a good destructor too. There's some Nurgle worship. These guys have an aspiring champion. There is the Immolate. Not sure why it was placed there. Just a bit of area denial maybe. Banshees are going to run through it, which might be a mistake. And grenades are getting some decent hits. Oh, the Immolate's gone. Lord Commissar's in there. He's used lead by example. It's buffing those Banshees, look. Doom bolts in their face. They do slay the Chaos Sorcerer. But they may indeed wipe. Sentinel's in trouble too. I think the Banshees are done for. Yep. Banshees down. Sentinel down. Sorcerer down. Is this Warlock going to get away? Lord Commissar levels up to 2. He's doing alright. Warlock I don't think is going to escape here. Warlock down. Heavy losses on both sides. Especially for Link, losing the Banshees, losing the Warlock. He's got a Shuriken up now. Sorcerer should get revived. In fact, may get revived right now. The Warlock is going to get revived definitely. What about the Plague Champion? Is he going to stay here? No, he's off. Raptor's on the way for death. Warlock does get revived. Almost level 3 now, this Lord Commissar, doing some really good work. Can he kill a Chaos Space Marine? He can. Awesome stuff. Oh, the Chaos Lord also went down. I bet the Lord Commissar messed him up. That's why he's got so much XP. So, some messy fights. Lots of losses. Heretics here with an aspiring champion, and there's some Havocs up there also for MiwaI. Sorcerer has been repurchased. Didn't want to wait for the Plague Champion, I guess. He is quite slow, isn't he? Heavy Weapon Squad on the way for Toruello. Has some Artillery Spotters. Got some Interceptors for Blythe. Shuriken in a garrison here. Grenade launchers should mess it up quite a lot though, yeah. How long can it stay here for? Now it tries to escape. Eventually. There we go. It's away. Double Shurikens here for Link. And a level 2 Warlock. Interceptors are teleporting units. Starting off with these melee weapons. Later on though they can get a ranged option. 424, 471. There is the teleport. Chaos Lord is right there to meet them. Gets a fancy looking axe with the cogs of Vashtor. That was a little bit sloppy there from Blythe. Again, just got like way too close with stuff. I guess he sent in the interceptors, tried to follow them up with some support, but everything got a bit too close, a bit too log jammed, and they got mobbed by heretics. Heavy weapon squad setting up. They start with a heavy bolter. That'll suppress infantry. Raptors might jump them. Yep, there's a jump. Lord Commissar does not counter initiate. He goes for the Plague Champion instead. Here he goes. He's coming for those Raptors with his power sword. Popping lead by example, giving him those special attacks and inspiring troops nearby to deal more damage. Are these Raptors going to wipe? They are going to wipe. Very sloppy there from Death. Not sure what he was distracted by. Maybe the Shuriken was in the garrison there and he was trying to deal with them. Not sure. Look how many units there. How many models were buffed by lead by example. Really good Doom Blast. Doom Bolts, I should say. Damaged a bunch of those guardsmen. Can he follow it up with some more damage though? And he's got those double grenade launcher fellas. And they're doing some work. Grenade. Plasma grenade from those guardians. Triple shurikens here for Link. Tier 2 for Fear. And what's going on with Blythe? He's got double purgation now. Very heavy tier 1. Double purgation and interceptors. These guys have their tomes. And he's got Psychic Lash. Reduces speed by 70% and suffers some damage for 8 seconds. Can use that to mess with the Chaos Lord as well, I guess. 424 to 471. I think these heretics are alright. Might be able to get on the power, do some bashing. That node is already half health. Blood Crusher for Fear. A quick Blood Crusher out in tier 2. Gonna cause a lot of problems, isn't it? Toruello goes tier 2, but they're not going to have any anti-vehicle weapons for a little while. Can mess with all those shurikens. Seems to like using the garrisons here, Link. Got these guys covering those fellas. Where's the third? Oh, they're at base. Warlock's level 2. Immolating the ground. He's harassing this VP here. But they get him to leave. Chaos Space Marines get an aspiring champion. Already have Eternal War. What about these guys? No Eternal War for Death CSM. From what I can see. Does have Blight Grenades though. And into a Plague Sword. Able to win that melee fight with the Strike Squad and the Interceptors against the double CSM. Picking up the slack now is MiwaI. Good play by Death though. Protected the power there. I think that was worth doing. Especially as they're thinking about and heading into their tier 2s. Blood Crusher is on the field. For Fear. Here it comes. Highly mobile melee unit with heavy melee damage. Counts as a demon so you can worship this fella. And has vehicle armor. Not a huge amount of hit points. But has pretty decent mobility. And the Sorcerer could maybe teleport it around and save it with the warp. Lots of death over here. Chaos Lord hits the kill the weak. Heretics barely escape. Oh, they do not escape. That was the Psychic Lash, I guess, finishing them off. 424 to 419. Nicely done by Blythe. Now on the power. Can maybe get a decat. Brother Captain's going to try. Not sure what the Blood Crusher's up to. Might be looking for a big old flank. I see it on the map. It's chasing some stuff down. Making AV, says Link. I guess it's going to be Bright Lance. Yep, 2 Bright Lances are queued up actually. Might be a bit of overkill there. I guess it's some future proofing. Is this one of the fellas getting the Bright Lance? No, it isn't. Maybe you can wipe this thing actually. Sorcerer getting into retreat path. Down that fella goes. Now he's got double Bright Lance Guardian weapon squads. No more suppression. Leveling up are those Chaos Space Marines. The 2 is for Fear, popping their slaughter. Ability given to them by the aspiring champion. Reducing the cooldown of the weapons and thus increasing their DPS. They can also draw melee weapons while this is active. Draw their chainswords. And are pretty effective with it. We have double Mark of Tzeentch for Death. Here's late Eternal War coming through also. So these guys are fully upgraded and very effective against enemy infantry, especially heavy and super heavy. Is it an overinvestment in these guys? But there's no heavy infantry in Toruello's army, no heavy infantry in Link's army. There's a lot of it in Blythe's army though. So maybe that's the thinking, shot those guys down with heavy upfront damage. There's that Plague Sword. A power weapon that ignores melee resistance. The only melee weapon in the game to do so. And can create some zombies for you. Speaking of melee weapons, Chaos Lord with Lightning Claws, Harness of Rage, and the Dark Halo. 378 to 406. This guy's a big problem now. Doesn't have much of an army to support him though, does he? He's down to CSM and Havocs. That was the Warp Fire from Fear. Knocking those guys down, setting up a nice little Blood Crusher rush there. Oh, we got some Tzeentchian Shrines, 3 of them in fact. These are providing 10%, is it 10% per? I think they stack. A bunch of damage resistance over there. Big retreat though. From Death, tried to get on the power. Overextended a little bit. Now leaves Fear alone. To defend. Toruello goes tier 3. I thought maybe we'd see the Primarius Psyker up. What's this Warlock up to? Throws the Immolator out. And now dies. Bright Lance takes the garrison. We'll do a lot of damage to that Blood Crusher. They're going to hit. And we got some Wraith Guard now for Link. Good damage to all targets from these Wraith Cannons. Also suppress infantry. So they should trade quite well with the Chaos Space Marines. That is nasty. The Doom Bolts, a Warp Fire, and the Dark Flames in there. Really nasty combo from Fear. The Dark Flames is from his global bar. Blood Crusher's going to go down. Wraith Guard may go down, using the ranged attack from this staff. Looks like they're okay. Barely though. And it's more Wraith Guard for Link. Toruello in tier 3 gets some more guardsmen. Maybe with an eye to getting some tanks up on some good repair support and stuff. Dreadnought on the way for MiwaI. Chaos Dreadnought, I should say. There's a Chaos Lord down. And the Warlock down. Level 2 Warlock, level 4 Commissar, level 3, but the Captain's got his hammer up. Can use it to stun the Chaos Lord, I guess. And those towers shoot Doom Bolts as well, if you didn't know. Not sure how much damage those Doom Bolts do. Doesn't seem to be outrageous amounts, but it's got some area of effect on it. There's a smoke from the artillery fellas. Commissar goes for the revive. Nope. Goes for the Plague Champion. Using the lead by example buffs for those guardsmen. They get rid of him. Doesn't have an armor upgrade, right? No. Now he goes for the revive. But the Captain's in here slaying some Chaos Space Marines, as you do. Using the Psychic Lash to get some more damage on those fellas as they retreated. Look at the Doom Bolts. They are messing up those guardsmen, that's for sure. Completely blobbed up there. Hello, Mr. Chaos Dreadnought with an autocannon and a close combat claw. Lord Commissar gets the shrine down. Almost got the second one down too. 264 to 406. Tier 3 for death. Chaos roster's looking a little bit depleted now. Toruello with a Leman Russ. Going for Vanquisher. Pretty bad news for that Dreadnought. Looks like this Las Cannon's pretty bad news for it as well. Down it goes. Oh, there was a conversion beamer here too. Dreadnought didn't last long, didn't really achieve too much. It was a strange purchase really from MiwaI. You don't typically want to get a walker when you've got a really small army because you can't really support it very well. Sometimes support just means, you know, numbers. Get some numbers out there. Get AV, says Fear. Yep, gonna need it against this tank. Death just hits tier 3 now. MiwaI, I think MiwaI should stay tier 2, try to get some stuff on the field. That Dreadnought took a bunch of resources, didn't pay off. Light grenade in there. Didn't get any zombies, eh? Guess he didn't get any kills there. 255 to 387. Plague Champion's on the VP. Even Rush trying to power bash maybe, not sure what it's up to. Chaos Lord is back to his feet. Plague Marines on the way for MiwaI. Decent choice. The Las Cannon's getting shots from over there. Thanks to MiwaI. So he's certainly got some AV up. That is a... I think that was a Psych Out grenade from these guys. But they seem to target mostly themselves. Chaos Terminator's on the field for fear. Combi Bolt is immediately slaying that Lord Commissar. Warlock, jumping into a bad fight, is able to run more Chaos Terminators hitting the field. All of a sudden, to death now. Chaos Lord's found the Las Cannon fellas. An aggressive teleport from these guys. I'm not sure why. I thought they were looking to power fist the tank, but they didn't do it. They have that demoralization effect on kill, these guys. That's that red you see there. Debuffing damage, output, and resistance. So they take more damage and deal less damage. Brother Captain level 4 now. I think he took a direct hit from that missile there. Didn't like it, runs away. Sorcerer, what level are you, bud? Level 5. Triple Wraith Guard for Link. Doing some power bashing. On the other side of the map, actually. And Stormtrooper's debuff. Sorry, decap. Is this a... yeah, webway over here. Why did you guys stop power bashing? Doom bolts. Now they blast the Sorcerer. Some decent hits. Oh no, they lost the Spirit Seer fella, did they? No, they didn't. They don't have one. That's just demoralization effects. Kept those guys there way too long, I think, Link. I think they've escaped, maybe. These guys are really low. 42 hit points, 30. Looks like they made it. Lucky to get away with no losses there, I think. Down goes the Leman Russ. Las Cannon and Plague Marines get it done. Well played, MiwaI. I think that was all MiwaI. Oh, maybe the Terminators were on it as well. They're now very low. The Terminators teleporting in are the Interceptors. Brother Captain's here too. Back in the old days, the Brother Captain had a teleporter. Back when the Ordo Malleus, or Grey Knights as they were called back then, were implemented. So long ago now. 210 to 370. Land Raider Crusader on the way for Blythe. Quad Wraith Guard for Link. And the Brother Captain's down. Toruello going for the revive. Where's the Warlock though? Oh, they're both there. They are both there. Mark of Khorne, Chaos Space Marines. Oh, level 3 as well for fear. Yeah, rosters are looking a little bit light again though, aren't they, the Chaos fellas? And that Quad Wraith Guard group, if they can get a big burst on something, it's going to be really bad news. Here they are. Might be some friendly fire too if they're not careful. 183 to 370. A decent VP lead for the Chaos fellas, but they need to recover here. Looks like Fear's saving up for something big, because he's got tons of requisition. But what do you do with it? Is it worth getting more Chaos Space Marines up, for example, when there's Quad Wraith Guard around? Might not be. There's that Land Raider Crusader. Now with Psy Cannons on top, Multi-Melter and Hurricane Bolters. Could also provide some support and reinforce you. Bunch of Guardians dying over there. Still alive. Are you going to cap Plague Champion? Maybe. These guys are looking for a grenade. That was risky. Got a little hit with it. Power bashing Wraith Guard. Have they overextended a bit here? They can't suppress those Terminators. Terminators should be looking for melee here, I think. Wraith Guard are really poor in melee. Look at the damage they're doing. Big mistake from Death not to look for melee. You can't stand and trade with them like that. Did get at least one kill because we see the demoralization here. They can reinforce off this Land Raider though. Chaos Lord coming in, he'll show them some melee. Doom bolts. Can only tie up one of them though, the Chaos Lord. We do have some Plasma Guardsmen now. Chaos Lord's lost his shield and has to run. That was Psych out to drain the energy of the Sorcerer, maybe. Terminators don't use energy. Just have a cooldown on their teleport. Big pressure here from the blue team. Great Unclean One on the way for fear. Bloodletter's on the way for death. 2-1 cap for the blue team. Look how blue the map is as well. They may just be able to run away with this now, but the Great Unclean One's going to be a big problem if they can't deal with him at range. He can just run straight into those Wraith Guard, can't he? They do have Plasma Guardsmen though. And they've got 2 Purgation with Conversion Beamers. And here comes a Baneblade. Noise Marines from MiwaI. Probably looking to get the Blastmaster up immediately. It's a bunch of dead heretics. Is that from an artillery shell? Good hit, fellas. They have their heavy mortar cannon and going for the flare shell. I don't think that number is accurate anymore. They changed the way that the mortar cannon works, the mortar call-in works. Chaos Lord leading the line. He's going in a little bit hastily, I think. Yep, Fear telling him to wait. Great Unclean One's coming through. We need a nuke, says Fear. MiwaI has one. Could maybe drop it right on the Wraith Guard. Here they are. Could get them to run at the very least. Some damage going on the Land Raider. Not sure what the Chaos Lord is doing trying to fight it though. Could be going after the Wraith Guard with his claws, I think. Great Unclean One infiltrated by the Worship. He's in there. And there's a big Nurgle Vomit. Now he's going to get blasted, is he? No, they're blasting the Terminators. Terminator's taking huge damage there. There's a cloud of flies. Terminator's having to skedaddle out of there. Great Unclean One taking huge damage though, including an Emperor's Wrath, I think there, yes. He gets teleported away to safety. Thanks to Warp on the Sorcerer, and a nuke gets dropped in by MiwaI. Don't think it killed anything. I mean, Toruello's pretty light. Did it wipe Toruello's? Oh, it wiped Toruello's Guardsman, look. Okay. A pretty good nuke, I think, wiping double Plasma Guardsman. If it did indeed do that. 170 to 269. Where's the Autarch then? She's back at base. Baneblade in the mid now. And I don't think the red team knows about it yet. Fear trying to split them up. Get them away from that central VP. These guys are going to go around the side a bit. Big fight brewing here. That's the Demolisher Cannon. Good hit on those heretics. Brother Captain. Does he make it out? I think he made it out. Blastmaster's getting some shots. They need to try and focus things down, don't they? Bloodletter's teleporting in there. Here comes the Phobos. And the Great Unclean One's coming back. That is nuke bait right there. Look at that nuke bait. I don't know if they have another one. Who's that back there? Interceptor's back there. Gonna die, I think. Yeah, not sure what they're up to. Were they trying to get on the Blastmaster, maybe? There's some more Noise Marines. And some more Noise Marines. Where is the Blastmaster? Maybe they killed it. Look how low the Phobos is. Oh, Paladins are up. Paladins from the Brother Captain, unique to the Brother Captain. Been slowed down by the Chains of Torment. And there's Tome of Subjugation. Bad news for those Paladins. Manticore coming in. We do have... Yeah, the Blastmaster's still around. He's back at base. And there's 3 more on the field now. See how that goes. How many Wraithguard? There's still quad Wraithguard. All level up to 2? Oh, not quite. Serious nuke bait though. It doesn't have the red to drop any nukes, the red team. Can chuck some dark flames in there maybe. Might be worth it. Noxious cloud, perhaps. Oh, and this is the healing webway, of course. Warlock's got healing webways. Great and Clean One looking for another angle. Knowing that there's las cannons maybe. And there's Immortal up from the brother captain. Oh, something just got wiped out. Was that one of the Blast Masters? It might have been. Yeah, I think it was. Still a bunch of them though. Bloodletters are a good tool to have against the Wraithguard. Forcing a big retreat. So they're going to be off the field now. Let the Galaxy burn. Some decent hits there, look at that. Chaos Lord can't fight those Paladins though. There's Loyal to the end. Sorry, there's None Shall Fall. Paladin's doing huge amounts of work here. Where's the Sorcerer? He's in here. He's level 9. Can he subjugate? There's a subjugation. Can now maybe use their teleport. Perhaps it's already been used. He's trying to just lead them into trouble now. They don't have any... Oh, they got some Marco Zinch fellas here, but a bit far away. And there's Chains of Torment too. Use your Power Fist, fellas. No, they don't want to. I'm not sure if they have enough to wipe them out. Mind Blades has been cast on them here. Not sure why. They're not fighting. That's a global ability of the brother captain. Oh, they might be able to get him. They got a couple, that's alright. Land Raiders trying to help them out. Maybe. Can they jump inside of it? No, they can't. They wiped the Paladins. Great and Clean One gets walked back. That Blastmaster makes it. Down to 73 VPs, the Chaos team now. Blue team are pushing. Phobos goes down and the rocket run gets chucked in. Avenging the Paladins, aren't they? Map looking very blue still. Another Great Unclean One, this time for death. MiwaI just hasn't been able to maintain an army really. Those heavy losses he suffered, he never really recovered from them. It's been tough. They've had some good moments though, the red team. But this might be it. And they get the Manticore with these Chaos level 4 Chaos Space Marines. I think they can. Yeah, down it goes. Now they can just run. Do the red team have any other ideas here? Fear has plenty of resources. I wonder if he's trying to... I don't know. What would he be waiting for here? Can't get another super unit because he's got a Great and Clean One up. There's 2 Great Unclean Ones now. This one didn't get fully healed up though. Fear says nuke. Nobody has one. They might have one soon though. Great and Clean Ones are in there, soaking up some damage. They need some support. None Shall Fall is active. There's all the Wraithguard. And they are Wraithguarding it up. Just wiped some Noise Marines over there. Down to 10 VPs though. If they can't get on the... Oh, Terminator's wiped. They can't get on the VP. It's all for naught. Someone's on the natural though. There's an Abyss from MiwaI. They stopped the cap at 5. Can they get that Bane Blade? Great and Clean One's trying to get it. It's still alive. 2 hit points on this thing. They get it. Now can he get walked out by Fear? 1 Great and Clean One's down. But can he walk? Oh, he's back here, look. It's still a safer spot though. He's going after the Land Raider now. And they got it. What a push for the red team. I thought it was over. Great Unclean One is going to fall, I think. Gets a cloud of flies at the end. Gets warped. Did he survive? He bloody survived, you know. There's some warp fire. There's some vomiting. He also passively damages nearby enemies. Now he needs to try and escape. There's a good Chains of Torment. Awesome play from Fear. Red team have the mid. They have a double cap. Great Unclean One does go down. Maybe he thought it was just worth pushing him to the end. He can purchase another one. I'm not sure if it'll get out here in time. There's the explosion. It almost wipes the Warlock. Triple cap for the red team. Can they pull this off? Surely not. Dreadnought up here for MiwaI. There's Emperor's Wrath. Ouch. Big ouch. Survived it. Dreadnought goes down though. Does not survive the last cannon. Manticore was chucked in there too. What is Wraithguard up to? Power bashing? Setting up a big old flank. It is another Great Unclean One for Fear. A tank for MiwaI. A tank up for Death Guard. For Death, sorry. What is this? Just some capping heretics. And, oh, Mark of Pawn CSM harassing the VP. They're going to take down that Warlock. And then at least get a decap, I think. Somehow Red Team are in this. Wraithguard destroying everything they touch. Down goes that tank. That was Death's. Is that a grenade chucked on them? Yeah. Plague Champion chucked a grenade. Level 4. Never did get an armor upgrade, this fella. But they hold the mid. They do hold the mid. Brother Captain is level 9. Over 1,600 hit points with Immortal. 59 to 3. Oh, did they not get a decap in the end? Oh, maybe not. They do escape. 66 requisition to reinforce those fellas. Each model, that is. Paladins. More Paladins up for Blythe. Chaos Sorcerer, what's he up to? Subjugates them. Teleported them away. I wonder if they teleported first and then he subjugated them. They still got a 2-to-1 cap here, the red team. On 3 VPs. This is nuts. There's Chains. He's just so good at dealing with Terminator variants, that Sorcerer. Paladins do make it away, I think. There's a Fire Prism. But can they punch their way into that VP? Got some Chosen Plague Marines in there for death. Not for long though, they just exploded. Can the army of Wraithguard push in? An Autarch in there too. Brother Captain leads the line. Autarch runs, does she? Or does she just die? I think she got out. Warlock runs. Brother Captain pops Immortal. There's a rocket run. 6 VPs to 3. Great Unclean One's now back out for Fear. Cap now, says Toruello. They did it. The Chaos fellas pulled through that big, amazing push from the double Great Unclean Ones. I think the blue team were a little bit overconfident there. They should have been backing off those super heavy vehicles as soon as they saw those Great Unclean Ones. They thought they could just handle it. Had a level 5 Warlock, and look at the float from Link. Floating huge resources. Toruello, level 10 Lord Commissar, with that Fist of Brockus at the end. Blythe's level 9 Brother Captain, a level 10 Sorcerer, did so much work, did Fear. Level 4 Plague Champion, had that Plague Sword, and a level 9 Chaos Lord. Must have done a lot of killing with these Lightning Claws, eh? Well, there you have it, guys. Incredibly close. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.